Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Olympics of Design, our night of gold, silver and bronze medals for outstanding business performance. This is our 25th anniversary year this year. The DBA was established 25 years ago in 1986, and I'm delighted to have some of the people that were involved in that here this evening. So Stefan and Rodney, thank you very much for coming. Michael Peters sends us his best wishes and it wasn't able to come this evening, but I'll come on to that later. We've come a long way, I think, in the last 25 years, and I wanted to go through some of the highlights. Membership of the DBA is at the highest level ever. We have the brightest and the most respected design businesses as members of the association, spread across the whole of the UK, varying in size, varying in reach globally, and it really is a great cohort of businesses to be working with. Training at the DBA, our training suites are the best they've ever been. The common feedback is that it's amongst the best training in the UK, and it's starting to attract international interest as well. The feedback on our events is nearly always great. We did have one occasion where someone complained to me that on admitting that she had 10,000 emails in her inbox, our speaker suggested she couldn't possibly be in control of her business, and she wasn't very happy. But I don't expect any of us here this evening fall into that category. Trade missions. The DBA has been involved in trade missions over the years, and those have opened up new market opportunities, and we hope to be able to do more of that. Overseas exhibitions. The Design Effectiveness Awards was showcased in South Korea. It'll be going back there again this year. And the level of interest that we have in that showcasing exhibition is going up. The awards themselves, the Design Effectiveness Awards, they've grown in profile in the number of entries that we get. And in fact, this year, we've got a record number of people winning prizes. I think it's an indication of the appetite that we all have for our businesses to perform at this level. More services than ever before are being offered to members. You need to tell us if there are things that you'd like to see us doing that we don't do. We'd be delighted to look at new opportunities. But those are in place really to try and build business practice, best practice in design businesses, and the growth for those that want it. I could go on. I think we're in a good position. But we weren't solving some of the big issues affecting the trading environment that we find ourselves in. It doesn't really sound very sexy, so maybe that's why we stayed away from the really tricky issues. And what do I mean by the tricky issues? Well, better national representation, joined up national organisations and regional organisations that can really talk and speak for the industry. And it's great to have the representatives of UKDA here. It's great to have Linda's endorsement of that process, and I'm absolutely certain that we'll get to where we need to be before the end of this year. Lobbying. We've never been particularly strong at lobbying. I think the landscape in which we operate as businesses is ever-changing. Employment legislation would just be one of those. For those of you that have to meet a payroll every month, it's not the easiest of things to do. We want to see flexibility built into those policies that enable us to take people on and let them go as business ebbs and flows. Isn't it great to see the merger of the Design Council and CABE? What an opportunity we have for something great to come out of that merger. It's up to those people that are in there to do that, but the Design Council will have a council of 40 people. And you need to campaign to be on there if you want to influence the way it represents you going forward. I could talk about a coalition government. I think it's pretty depressing, the level of understanding that we have in government for design at the moment. It's going to be a long haul. There are odds, bright sparks, and we're going to be working on that. But it is a tough job ahead. And again, if there are those of you here who are interested in that type of activity, then I would ask you to get involved. You might not know this, but art and design education is facing severe problems. I suspect a number of you here this evening will still be in business in 10 years' time, and based on what I've seen, you're not going to find it very easy to find the best creative talent based on the decisions that are being made today. So we need people to take action and get involved in these issues. I think we'd all agree that business understands design, they get the message, but we just don't see the levels of investment that we should be seeing. We don't see these businesses succeeding in the ways that they should. Well, no more avoiding the tricky stuff at the DBA. I think a new era requires a new focus. We've developed a new and sharper strategic focus to our activities. We're determined to put the DBA at the heart of building a better, more robust, more clearly signposted bridge between design and business, both here and overseas. The DBA needs to live up to its name, bringing design and business together. So we're no longer going to focus our attentions only on helping members to professionalise and to maximise their potential. We're no longer only going to focus on the lobbying issues that relate to our sector. One of our key objectives has always been to build stronger and better relationships between design and business, and these awards prove that. What's new is our role as a dynamic force for change, working closely with both sides. We're no longer simply representing to business, we're actively building that bridge between the two. Some specific plans that reflect this shift of focus include the new DBA Members Directory, designed by companies for companies, importantly. Perhaps I shouldn't have been surprised at the huge affirmation from business community for this, including people like the IOD and the Marketing Society. This new approach to design procurement is the single most important step so far in transforming that relationship between business and design. I don't think we've even realised the potential impact that this could have at the DBA. I was talking to someone at P&G in the States last week, and he sees that directory as the pool that he will dip into to pull people onto the rosters that he has to pull together. If they want to buy British, they're going to be coming to the DBA for it. And he almost laughed when I told him it was a free service. He said for the amount of time and money that he would save, he'd actually have paid us quite a lot of money to do that. So I'm going to change it. A new business membership category to foster that dialogue and debate that should be taking place between business and design. So we're going to open up membership at the DBA to businesses that use design. We want businesses, I think we all want businesses, to learn from their peers. We want to establish more best practice in the way that design is both commissioned and managed within businesses. We understand the nature of the battles that take place within businesses for share of budget, for brand positioning, for business growth, whatever it might be. So why aren't we showcasing the great business practice as it relates to design and design management that does take place in the UK? Business representation on the DBA Board of Directors. I think that one kind of speaks for itself. Training programs for companies. I expect some of you will breathe a huge sigh of relief at that. The amount of people I talk to who talk about training their clients. So how about some effective programs for clients? How to write design briefs would be a really good place to start. And they've asked us to do this. So the DBA was founded in 1986. It's our 25th anniversary year, and our role is changing. I think what lies ahead is incredibly exciting, and it's a privilege for me to be in this position at this time. And I want to thank you for my job, in all sincerity. We all do at the DBA. We love doing what we do. Your hard-earned fees pay our salaries and generate the budgets that make evenings like this possible. But we're desperate to do more. I'm asking you here tonight to seriously consider your involvement in the DBA. Most of you are, some of you aren't. Winning the battles that lie ahead requires us to work together, to pool our resources, to maximise the effectiveness of our efforts. And if anyone knows how to do that, surely it's us. So with the support of the whole sector, the DBA, I believe, can properly compete for that business gold medal. Thank you.